Hi, Al. It's V. And Steve. He's behind the camera. He's not mute.
Yeah, maybe so.
He'd be better off if he was.
Yeah, well.
Today I have an introduction to our next set of videos. We took a holiday to the north of Scotland and we drove a camper van along what is called the North Coast 500 or the NC 500. Now somebody, I don't know when, decided to take all of the attractions and the road in the north of Scotland and make it like one attraction. Like, they compare it to Route 66. It's nothing like Route 66, but it's like that. You take one road, go around the north of Scotland, seeing all the attractions off this road. Well, it's not actually just one road either, but you get a map. You'll understand in a moment. To help plan, I have to say there is a North Coast 500 guidebook, which is incredible. There's so much information, but don't start here if you're planning your own because it's overwhelming. There's so much stuff. Once you figure out bits and pieces that you want to do, then you can go here for more information. I also used a website called findingtheuniverse.com. It's run by a couple who obviously know this North Coast 500 like the back of their hand. They have 5-day itineraries and 7-day itineraries. They were very, very helpful with campsites, things like that. So check it out if you're going to do the North Coast 500. Now for us, we drove up to Inverness. So your first video will be the drive to Inverness. We stopped at Loch Ness and Urquhart Castle. So that will be the next video coming out. Then we hung around Inverness for the next day. We did several things around Inverness area. Fabulous things, especially if you love history. Don't be scared if you don't love history. It's still interesting. I can see my sister saying history, because I'm the history nerd of the family. But fabulous things. So let me show you a touring map of Scotland. This was fantastic because it has what kind of road you're going to be on. So you can tell if it's a big road or small road, single track road. And it's got castles marked, gardens, anything of interest. So we started with the touring map, which we've used quite well. And this is pretty much the North Coast. So Scotland is, let me get the whole thing out. This is huge. Yeah, this isn't even all of Scotland on this map, is it?
No.
Wow. The only part we focused on was the north. Is that Inverness?
Yeah.
I can't see it. So everything up here is what we focused on. Now I'll show you the official North Coast 500 map. And Steve has his Tunnocks tea cake to represent us and our camper van. And I'll show you what we did. Okay, this is Steve. And this is our camper van, the Tunnocks tea cake. We picked up our camper van in Inverness, where it is now. Then the first night, yes, thank you, dear, we drove up to Dorner. Next.
Could you sound that? Yeah.
No, we're not doing sound effects. We had a park up in Sinclair Bay. Then we didn't drive a lot the next day because there was so much to see in between where we were and where we were going. So we only drove up to
Turn it ahead.
and then
Yeah.
over. Then the next day, all the way over to the other side,
Turn it.
Inverness. And then we started on the west coast.
Yep, and won't I ever find it again?
Auchmelwick Bay.
Yeah, I won't for
It's down about there.
Somewhere. Yep, well, here we go. There.
And then the next night, down even further, Loch.
Yep, all the way back.
Yeah, we had to go inland a bit and then over to the... Oh boy.
Yeah.
Tonic's tea cake gets around, huh?
Yeah.
Then we had the wee campsite.
Lochs.
Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. Yeah, Strathcairn.
Down there.
And then we returned the motorhome to Inverness. We had a 7-day plan. And during those days, I kind of made a list of things that I wanted to see each day. Now, some places we had to make reservations for, but most things on the NC 500 we didn't. There are some places that are still closed. There are places that are not completely open, partially opened, but that's to be expected. I think that's everywhere right now. So the East Coast, this side, has a lot more attractions like castles, castle ruins, brochs, cairns, things like that. Once you get over to the West Coast, it's more about the scenery. I actually had on the itinerary lochs and waterfalls, and everywhere we went, there was a loch, there was a waterfall, there was a waterfall, there was a waterfall. It was stunning scenery, so it's more about the drive. We rented a camper van from Highland Campervans. We had a Globe Car Road Scout. It was not a big motorhome, but just a small camper van. And honestly, there was more room in it than I thought there was going to be. I did hit my head quite a bit, as did Steve. I may have stubbed my toe a few times, but you think you'd learn, right? You hit your head once, you're not going to do it again. Guess what? No, you're still going to hit your head, if you're us anyway. But I really loved it. We'll show you some of the interior as we go along. And the people at Highland Campervans, I cannot say how great they were. We originally planned this for June. Obviously couldn't go because of a pandemic. So we had to push it off and wait until September. We got to change the dates, no problem. And they're very thorough about showing you everything to do, from where to put water in, where to let water out, how to change your toilet cassette, everything. They show you everything. So when you drive off, you feel like you know what you're doing. There's also a checklist. They also leave information in the van so you know exactly what to do when you need to do it. So we have daily vlogs, which sometimes will be cut into 2 if we did a lot and we filmed a lot. We do tend to film quite a lot. We have drone footage, which Steve got some fantastic drone footage. We also have GoPro footage to show you the actual drive. We'll be putting those out a little bit later. We filmed everything from castle ruins, castle gardens, animals. Should I do a spoiler alert?
No.
We went to see if we could see dolphins. We went to see if we could see puffins. We may not have seen every animal we went to see, but we did see some. We saw several of the big stops along the NC 500. We stopped at, one of my favorites was Smoo Cave. Stunning location. And the weather that night had been terrible, but by the time we got to Smoo Cave in the morning, the sun came out. It was beautiful. We had some really good weather, mostly, which you'll see in the daily vlogs. So we have quite a few vlogs coming out. We hope that you enjoy them. We had a fantastic time, and we hope we give you just a little bit of what this area of the world is like. Scotland's beautiful. All of Scotland is beautiful, but the North Coast is special. I think it's really special, and I loved every minute of it. What do you think?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, really good trip.
Yeah, it was good. I'm like, it was special. It was good.
No, a good trip.
Coming from a Scotsman,
Yeah,
that's
high
a compliment.
praise.
Yeah, that's high praise.
Yeah. No, it was an enjoyable trip. Yeah, I'm glad we did it.
I agree.
Would have been better to have maybe another 2 or 3 days to be able to kind of spend a bit more time doing certain things. Possibly weather dependent as well.
True.
We got lucky. One day was really crap. Well, 1.5 days was pretty crap weather-wise.
But a lot of our weather was actually quite good.
Yeah,
so
we got
very lucky
we
with the
got
weather.
away with it in
Yeah.
most time. So yeah.
So we hope you all enjoy them. Please comment. Let us know if you've been on the North Coast 500 or if you plan to go. Let us know what you think. We love reading comments. I absolutely adore reading comments. It does take me a while sometimes to get back to you, but hopefully you will enjoy it. We loved it. We loved every minute of it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't.